What's going on, Penny boys and gals? What's going on, Titan traders? What's going on, NFT fanatics? How are we all doing? And welcome to our live stream. I am live with Trevor from Rough Life Recovery. I'm sorry, Rough Life Rescues, the NFT, and then Never Alone Recovery. We have Austin Wynn. Also, he's the CEO of Titan Trading and PB Alerts. How are we all doing?
Good. How you living, Doug?
Good. Cannot complain. So yeah, I know I am MetaMatt to a lot of you. I'm also What the Duck over at PB Alerts. So you might be hearing that name a lot. So that gets you a little confused. That's what Austin is referring to, because we go way back to the PB Alerts times. But we are going to be talking about like a little bit of everything. We're talking about NFTs because we do have Trevor from Rough Life NFT. We're going to be talking about a little bit of stock trading, crypto, how we can correlate, making money in both areas, and how they can go hand in hand, because you buy crypto in order to purchase these NFTs. So it definitely does. It definitely is a something that does go hand in hand, like I was saying. But really quickly, I do want to bring to everyone's attention just a congratulations to the Soulbox NFT. So we are actually doing a giveaway with these guys, as well as with Rough Life NFT and a whole bunch of other great projects. We are giving away a Soulbox NFT. These guys had a public sale that sold out in 5 minutes. So congratulations to the Soulbox NFT project. That is awesome. They had a pre-sale participant of 5,450, which is a 98% whitelist redemption rate. That is huge. So that is a special shout out to the Soulbox NFT. We are doing a giveaway with them. And we actually talked about them on this channel, MetaMatt channel. We talked about them right before they had their big sale. This is back when they had some whitelist spots available. So, you could have gotten in then. Talked about them way earlier too, like a month ago or so as well. So make sure to hit that subscribe button for more, because you could have gotten in on this before sold out in 5 minutes. And this is a really great project. They're trying to bring Soul to the Metaverse, to the NFT space. They have their 3D dog houses, staking options, and a whole bunch of cool stuff. I know, Trevor, you said you wanted to do a shout out for Soulbox. Are you saying something about Soulbox?
Well, I think the biggest power with NFTs is just the community that it creates. And, even inside of Rough Life, we support many different communities, and including crypto trading and trading all along, because, that's also where I started from. I had a 14-year-old reach out to me literally about a week ago on Instagram and said, "Hey, man, I'm 14 years old and I'm looking to get into the NFT space. I was hoping you could maybe help me out." And of course, I always open the door with open arms. I have a little group chat where, we help people get started in the NFT space. He went ahead and just took action, and he did this all on his own. He minted a soul dog on the public sale, and he got one, and he just sold it today for 10 Solana, right? So that's a 1 Solana to a 10 Solana profit. And, this is his first NFT flip. And it's just so amazing what it can do, because guys, that's $1,500 for a 14-year-old kid. Literally, if he can do it, anybody can make this happen. And just prior to that, he actually got scammed by some rug pull, because that happens in this space sometimes, right? But he kept the mentality high where he's going to just do it again, where a lot of people just give in and quit. He continued to show up, and he did that. So I wanted to share that story because I just know it's very, very powerful. And that one story could potentially maybe help one of you guys, inspire you to just take a little bit more action in this space, because it does come down from ourselves to go ahead and do it. So I'll pass it back to you, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, those stories, I know, Austin, we have a whole bunch of members in PB Alerts and Titan. Titan's a little bit newer, but especially with PB Alerts, who have like very similar stories where they just got in training, didn't know what they were doing, maybe they lost a whole bunch ahead of time. Do you have anyone in particular of, or any story, maybe not to name any names, of any people who, kind of we got them into the space? Same thing like what Trevor was talking about with the NFT space. Same thing with the stocks trading space or the crypto space.
Yeah, definitely. One that comes to mind immediately is one of our longer members. I want to say to date, his retirement account. So this guy was paying 2% roughly to have someone else manage it. Saw a decent return, 7% ish, and he joined the group and he took it very seriously. He didn't take a ton of the risk management's everything. He's up to date like 220-ish% on the retirement holdings, but the more impressive number is the guy literally, and now this is like a results not typical, but it's like one of my favorite ones. The guy turned $1,000 into $100,000 in 9 months. 9 months, man. Like, I think you always need to disclaimer that, but that's what I'm most excited about with NFTs, with crypto, with just retail people getting into trading is like, if you do it with discipline, if you do it intelligently and with guidance, like the opportunity here is, I think, unprecedented. The information age has pushed us into a new world, and taking advantage of it is in our best interest.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, all these people that, we're bringing in, it just builds a community, and that, that's what it's all about. And speaking of community, the Fat Pandas community, as James is saying in the chat, is a really, 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 unless he's saying fire or lit community, a really, really big community. It's a really great project as well. And we are doing a gas pass giveaway during this stream very shortly. Within the next 5 minutes, we'll be revealing the winner. And if you went on MetaMatt, it's at MetaMatt_NFT on Twitter. That's where the giveaway is being held. And the results are going to be live in 5. So we are doing a bunch of giveaways. Like I was saying before, we are giving away a Soul Dog NFT. We're also giving away a Rough Life Rescues NFT, another great project, which Trevor will be talking about in a little bit. So I don't want to, steal your thunder there as far as that project is concerned. But we are also giving away a legendary 1 out of 1 Arctic Bears NFT. And Zacchaeus, are you there? We do have one of the owners from Arctic Bears in the chat. Zacchaeus, you there? So this is a legendary 1 out of 1 Arctic Bears. And I mean, I've seen some legendary NFTs of projects that did really well and that ended up selling out. They went for some pretty extreme numbers. I know you're telling that that one Soul Dog went for 10 soul, right, Trevor? And yeah, so that might have been it might have been legendary, maybe not. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. We're giving away that as well as a PS5. This is for our Titan Trading New Year's giveaway. You can win a PS5 on a whole bunch of NFTs, including Disco Dogs. We have Panda Patrol, Egg Tomatons, Mind Blown, and a whole bunch of more great NFTs, especially the Fat Pandas one and Rough Life, of course. We're highlighting. But let's get to that giveaway that I was talking about, the Fat Pandas Gas Pass giveaway. I am really excited about that. So everyone knows, about Fat Pandas if you are following MetaMatt or, in Twitter or on YouTube, because that's one of the ones I just can't stop talking about, because I am just personally super, super bullish on this one. It is a $500 million recreational cannabis company turned into an NFT. So a growing space right there in the cannabis, community, and also a growing space in the NFT community. Combine that and you have Fat Pandas. And so I want to give a special shout out to C Money from Super Pandas. He made this original art. It is really, really cool. You can actually vote for it in the Fat Pandas Discord. They're doing a contest in there. So special shout out to C Money, and special shout out to Saiku. He wanted me to say hi in the stream. So you know what? Why not? Let's go for it. We love the grind. You gotta give back to the community, right? So let's go ahead and reveal our winner of the Fat Pandas giveaway. And like I was saying, we are giving away an NFT for this great project. Like I was saying before, $500 million recreational cannabis business. They have a Smoke Sesh annual giveaway, which is pretty cool. They have cannabis discounts for their holders at partnering shops, which is pretty big ones. They also are going to be having these seeds and these all these other great tokenization that you can burn and turn into trash pandas and red pandas and all that kind of stuff you can find out about in some of my prior streams. I'll also be probably talking about this and hopefully having them on later on, in the week or in the month. But yeah, definitely love this NFT. And just so you guys know, this gas pass that we are giving away is going to be giving you access to that gas pass mint, as opposed to the whitelist mint or the public mint. And it is even a cheaper price. I know they just changed the prices. I believe it's like a 0.04 Ethereum now for the gas pass holders, whereas like the public mint, I believe it's up as high as like 0.3 Ethereum. So it's a pretty big discount there. But let's see. And our winner is, congratulations, right there on the bottom left-hand part of the screen, at Many Meat Club, Abel Turner. Congratulations. You are our first winner. We're giving away 2 of these during the stream. We'll be doing one a little bit later on. And thank you, Happy. It looks like it is a 0.04 Ethereum for gas. So congratulations to Abel Turner at Many Meat Club. You just won that gas pass. So just go to Titan Trading or just message myself, MetaMatt, and we will hook you up with the right people to get you that gas pass from Fat Pandas NFT. And special thank you to Fat Pandas NFT for letting us do this. We did. Like I said, I'm personally going to be minting one, and I can't wait to mint with everybody else, including at Many Meat Club, Abel Turner. Once again, congratulations. You are our gas pass winner. So there we go. So our topics for today, we're going to be talking about, how to bring utility to charity-focused NFT projects, because, everyone always talks about utility and community and charity. Well, how do you do all three, and how's that balance work? We'll be talking about that, as well as how people as holders or investors like myself, and Austin can get into projects like Trevor is doing and, make money on these charity-based projects. And, why not just donate to a charity? Will be like another discuss we'll be talking about, as well as the future of the NFT stock and crypto space. So let's just talk about first, Trevor, I'll bring you on, talking about just the Rough Life Rescues NFT, just what you guys are about as far as the charity aspect goes of your project.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks, Matt. Guys, throw it back to just like being able to organize these calls and having everyone on the stream and you guys watching, like amazing. I love seeing the crew on here and your guys' energy. That means everything. So guys, this project here, Rough Life Rescues, it really came from the charity in mind first, right? With our mission to help raise money to the SPCA and help, give back to dogs in need. And that's really where it all came from, is we wanted to create that dog project. It stems from our founder's story, which is, our CEO, Danny Gray. And, he actually, they brought a dog into their family over 16 years ago. And the dog's still living today. It's a, now a 17-year-old dog. And, was a really, soft spot in his heart, right? And in his teenage years, he would always go back to the SPCA, help out where we can. So what we wanted to do was because we've been in the NFT crypto investing space for quite some time, we wanted to create a project with the charity at the forefront, right? So that's where we went ahead and, created this project, got the crew together, and we went ahead and started, developing the project, right? So we're going to be making our first donation here, hopefully within the next 7 days. And up here in Canada, it's going to be literally I believe it's going to be the largest donation accepted in cryptocurrency. We're going to be giving over 100K literally in Solana to a charity, right? And it's so cool. And I can only imagine what that's going to, bring to them in terms of like what they'll be able to do with it. And we'll be documenting the process to see, where that goes. But it doesn't stop there, because we're only, a quarter of our minting process has been finalized, right? Where we want to be able to donate, upwards of, 600,000 plus, right? And actually like even create even bigger impact. So this project was always focused on impact over income, right? Where we wanted to put always the people in the forefront, right? And that's where it comes back to the to the community side of, Matt, do you want me to get into like how that other topic there where it's like about how can holders get rewarded?
We will get into that in a little bit. Just for now, it's just like kind of what y'all do as far as like charity.
Yeah, I don't want to go too deep on just one slide here, but now it's in the forefront of all the people that do come in and support our project, right? We always want to be making sure that we're giving back to them as well. And whether that's through different giveaways, different perks, and so forth like that, right? One of our biggest ones is if you come in as a big investor and someone that sees the vision for the long run, and you want to, come in and own 25 plus NFTs, right? We're going to give you actual equity in the secondary sales, right? Where you have the opportunity to make, passive income from the money that like from the trading volume after we're on the secondary market. So it's pretty cool how we can continue to reward people, and we'll get into some more benefits and utility later down the stream. But, we wanted to start from the charitable side, and then I'm blown away with the art that kind of came from it and where we're taking it all the way to the next level. So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, it sounds like a really, really, really fun project. It's not just about just donating to a charity. There's a whole bunch that goes into it, and like you said, we will be getting into the utility and how those holders can actually make some financial gains when it comes to all that. But as far as the charity goes, like Versus saying, support the doggos. Everyone's down for that. Like, who doesn't like dogs, right? You have to be like an evil person to not like dogs, or to not want to help dogs at the very least. So another animal that I personally like, I know that Austin, you're a huge fan of the polar bears, right? And I know Zacchaeus said he is in here. Zacchaeus, you still there?
Hello, yeah.
There we are. Perfect. All right, how's it going? So this is Zacchaeus. He's one of the owners of the Arctic Bears NFT. These guys are helping save the polar bears and bring some bring some eyes to the effects of climate change, and just really just talking about all that in as far as all the Arctic bears and the polar bears and all that kind of stuff goes. So we want to talk about the charity aspect of Arctic Bears NFT.
Yeah, so we've got obviously a few things in mind. Obviously, we're going to be donating 5% of our revenue towards obviously the WWF charity, but we are also looking at venturing into merchandise as well and doing 25% through that as well. So getting some custom merchandise and a bit more to obviously expand the money that we will be passing through to charity. Obviously, we have got a few stages for our roadmap, so it is more of a long-term thing. If we can do a few big donations over the stages of the roadmap, say through the male polar bears, female, then the cubs, etc. So over the time, we are looking at donating a big sum of money to the project and getting more involved with it throughout, and then hopefully, obviously, getting some videos from the people we're donating to see where the money's being spent, etc.
Yeah, and if I may jump in if I can, I'm also part of the polar bears as well. The merchandise as well is we're looking at trying to make it as recyclable and as carbon neutral as possible. Just doing it through sustainable methods. And I'm not quite sure if it was mentioned last stream, but that's also one of the reasons why we chose the Immutable X platform, due to the fact that there's zero gas fees on it and that it claims to be completely carbon neutral. Opposed to OpenSea, it's infamous for its gas fees.
Right. And these adoption packs, how did that work? I heard something about like a stuffed animal, like certificate and all that kind of stuff goes along with it.
Yeah, so we'll be doing adoption pack giveaways to obviously our whitelisters throughout, and then we'll be doing it just throughout the course of obviously the roadmap, making sure every now and then weekly or whatever we do, we're just constantly adopting more polar bears and just obviously getting the word spread really. We just think it's a great way if someone can adopt a polar bear for say a year, for example. Obviously, if we're paying for it, they benefit from it, and WWF benefit from it. The whole works. So yeah, that's going to be throughout the stage. Obviously, this is a long-term project, so we will be drip feeding it through, but we'll be doing as much as we can with that.
So basically, it's like it's being funded by your project, and then like, you guys give away like the actual kits that come with these. So they don't have to like pay for any of the
No. So we'll pay for it on the website and just get it shipped to the customer. Shipped to the minter, should I say? So yeah, that'll be like they have to pay nothing towards it. We do that from the profits, and then we just send it to the person who basically mints it or wins a weekly giveaway or however we do it. But there'll be plenty given away over the time period.
Right, and then also it looks like 5% of the mint launch proceeds will also be donated to some of your partnering charities. And just when it comes to charity and all that, like did you guys kind of like decide on like, I want to help the polar bears, how can we do it? Oh, maybe NFT project is the way to go, or was it more so we want to do an NFT project? What should the focus be? Oh, well, polar bears, the climate change needs like help and eyes. Maybe we'll do that. Like what was your process as far as that goes?
It was a bit of both, really. And to be fair, like your picture that you're showing on the screen there shows it perfectly. Obviously, how much it's changed in just a 10-year period is obviously massive. Like you're thinking the next 10 years as well, like how much it's going to change further. Obviously, the money that we're going to be donating over time isn't going to change the whole. Every little thing we can do to help is obviously beneficial and rewarding to everyone involved.
Awesome. And yeah, we'll be getting into the actually the utility and all that and how that works for the holders next. But I want to talk about next Austin about Never Alone Recovery, PB alerts, and Titan trading. So for those who don't know, Never Alone Recovery is it kind of helps people with addiction and people who are struggling with all that get not only into the programs, but also helps them afterwards. I'll obviously let you talk more on that. And then, of course, PB Alerts Titan Trading is a educational and alert service for stocks and crypto, as well as NFTs and OTC trading now as well. And how did you go from one to the other? How did those link? Like, and how did you bring that mentality from Never Alone, charity based, to PB alerts to Titan trading?
It was a happy accident. I don't know. I love the way it started because it's like that's what attracts me to the NFT space, probably more than most others. Like my level of comprehension of it, not very high. Blockchain knowledge, minimal, but I don't know. I just see it's different. It's like look at causes like this, right? Like I don't know. It's just usually it's like there's only a select few people that give enough of a shit to do something. So like to see that is expanding into like especially younger generations, not that they're much younger than me, but like to me that's like the most inspiring thing for the future of humanity is that like people are using projects like this to actually do something. And I don't know. I think that's wonderful. And so like, that's I guess kind of the same way that, Penny Boys and Titan and all that started. It was a for the people, by the people kind of thing. We all kind of found comfort. Corona was hard, man. It was a difficult time for everyone. It's isolating. It was lonely. It was a little bit desperate at times. It was confusing. I mean, it's destabilizing. It's something new no one's experienced. So how do you deal with that? Most humans, I feel like myself included, like we run, we escape into something. And I think that the irony is like I look at this as a parallel with addiction. Like all addiction really is like I got high for a long time. I go from just kids smoking weed to shooting heroin. How do you get there? That's a longer conversation. But I think like the main thing that I think about all the time is that it all stemmed from the need to escape. Whatever it meant to be me in those moments was too difficult to bear. And so I had to find numb somewhere. And not the healthiest choice. Just PSA to anybody out there. Do not recommend. But I think with Never Alone, it was really just my experience going into treatment and my experience with dealing with the medical field in general, as far as how not only how do they integrate you into the treatment of, rather than you treat the symptom or you treat the illness kind of thing. And I feel like everyone has a Band-Aid, but like I wanted to find who has the solution. And long story short, I ended up in like a Scientology-based rehab. And yes, it was as fucked up as you'd imagine. I walked in and I saw this L. Ron Hubbard library. And I was just like, what the hell is going on, man? And so any of you that don't know what that is, definitely give it a quick Google if you got the time. It is something else. And I kind of realized that this is messed up because like, you don't know that going in. I was just like, man, they got a drum set and they'll take my insurance. Like my parents had it with me at that point because we were like almost 10 years in. So I said, okay, it's time to go. And I went, and maybe 40 days in, I was sitting there looking at these people, and I was, asked them, how'd you end up here? I had no idea it was this. That's what everyone said. I had no idea it was this when I came. And so it made me think, like, what is that process like of reaching out to get help, and like just how scary that is, that you can be reaching out for help, which is difficult enough in and of itself. To anyone that's dealt with mental health or anything like that, going to a therapist is a scary experience. Like you don't know them. And to think that you can't trust the other end of the person, the person on the other end of the phone, that was a frightening idea to me. So I just kind of thought, how can I make it better? And most importantly, like I was just tired of the way that I was living. Like I contribute nothing to society. I only take, I only hurt. I don't want to live that way anymore. And so I made a conscious decision to stop and started this with a friend, Duck, son of Pookie in the Discord.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
It was just me and him in a basement. My grandma had just died, so the house didn't even have heat or internet. We sat in a basement with winter coats on and a mobile hotspot, and we started learning how to build a website. And it looked terrible, but it was up, and we started learning how to market a business, how to reach people, start building connections within the treatment industry, try to find the good actors, separate them from the bad ones. And then it just grew. We just tried our best to just always do the next right thing, whatever that meant, and help everyone. Those are really the only two mottos, because I called a lot of places And when you don't have insurance, nobody is really that inclined to help you because it doesn't benefit them monetarily. And like I understand a business is a business, but I just don't agree with it. So we wanted to build something that would help everyone, regardless of their, age, race, identity, creed, religion, lack of religion, financial situation. I don't care. And we did. And then that has just grown and grown. And then from there, it just kind of happened, man. I was just kind of noodling around, trading a little bit here and there. I started posting some of my picks online, and people were kicking me out of Facebook groups and like all these communities I would try to join. They were talking about trading and investing. I would always get kicked out because they all thought like I was trying to solicit a service or something when I wasn't. I was just posting like, here's what I see, take it or leave it. And they'd kick me out. So I started my own group, hence the name Penny Boys. Yes, it's a joke. Spelled it with an I. I mean, come on. I just thought that the irony was funny. And so all the stocks I was trading, I'd always call them Penny Boys. Like a lot of the like sub $5 stocks, not technically penny stocks, but nevertheless. And so I started the Facebook group. I remember I was laying in bed trying to get my kid to go to sleep. And I was like, dude, what do you think of the name Penny Boys with an I? And he just kind of laughed. He was 8. And he was like, that sounds awesome. And I said, all right, let's do it. And I made the group and people just started coming, man. And then they were like, why don't you just make a group? We'd love to pay you some money to like focus your time and effort on sharing all of this with us. So I said, why not? And I did. And then, it's one of those things like what Trevor said earlier. It's I wasn't worried about anything. I wasn't worried about, whether it made money, I just didn't care. I just loved doing it. So I drove everything I had into it. And as I did, the best people, just like you, Duck, Mr. Duck, man. This guy sent me like a 4-page thing. He's like, hey, dude, I think you should do like these kind of packages. We could offer an education program. It'll be crazy, man. I'll build it. And it was like this crazy idea. That was just like, this would be so much work. I was like, I don't have time to do this. And I told him, like, dude, if you really are so inclined to do this, right on. Go ahead. Made him a mod, and that was that. And we really started to see the benefit of education. And that, in my opinion, a little unethical to be throwing out like all this information without the education to follow it, because if you don't know what to do with it, it's going to cause more damage than anything else. It's just going to. You don't know what a stop loss is, but you buy something that's high risk day trade, extremely volatile stock that's up 220% on the day, like that's going to hurt. And especially when it's like I have 10 grand in my savings, I'm going to put my kid through college and buy a new house all at once. You know what I mean? It's like, you got to remember, people have been doing this for 50, 60 years, and they've been taxing you every day. They've learned to turn your money into their money. It's like you have to play defensively. And so we just really reinforced that and got rid of a lot of the toxic bullshit. I mean, I feel like trading in general is like very like male driven, like, yeah, like it's just really intense. Like everyone's talking down to each other and saying like hateful shit back. And it's just a waste of time and effort and energy to me. So I just didn't want that. And so we kind of had hardline values, but to bridge them and shut my mouth. The things that I learned in recovery and the principles that kind of grew never alone, they just came with me, I guess. And I think that's why what makes it so good is that like any organization in unity with a principled vision will always succeed. Now you define what success is, but to me, success was just reaching people, like actually reaching them, not like, oh, that was cool. Like I want this shit to be good enough that it'll change your life. And some people have, some people haven't. I mean, it's all about what you put into it. And that's kind of how we arrived here.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I've been there since almost the beginning. So yeah, I definitely have seen it firsthand. It's just, it's a great story. And, that's why I personally, was, got myself involved, it was because of your story, where you came from and, what your ideals were as far as where you want to take this. And, we'll definitely be highlighting that later in the stream. But I do want to get to our next giveaway. This is our Fat Pandas Gas Pass giveaway. Once again, this is a really, really big and really, really great project that I personally am really excited about. And this Gas Pass will get you access to a 66% discount on the mint. So let's go ahead and see who our winner is. Remember, just go to @MetaMatt_NFT on Twitter. This is where you can find all these types of giveaways, as well as on Titan Trading Discord. Link to all that is in the description with our PS5 and Legendary NFT giveaway. So let's go ahead and C. We got some people in the chats who are really excited. We got Hack saying, let's go Fat Pandas. We got T-Frost giveaway time, and our winner is
Austin. Thank you, Duck. All right, send that to my wallet. Guys.
And it's Sincere Palas. Oh,
you
look
got
at
the
that from
wrong name there,
My
partner.
Pet Hooligans. My Pet Hooligans is a project I actually talked about a long time ago, way before they even minted, and I think their mint was at 0.08 Ethereum, and they went as high as when I last checked, maybe like a few weeks ago, it was like at like 1.6 Ethereum since then. So another project is like Soulbox, which I talked about. Now they sold out in 5 minutes. I'm just saying, hit that subscribe button. It might pay out for y'all. But of course, do not put any of your money that you cannot afford to lose, or do not put any money in if you don't know what you're doing. Like Austin was saying, education always does come first, which is why in Titan Trading we do have a free NFT area where you can do chat with anyone, whether it be new traders like yourself or ones who've been doing this for a while. And we also have an educational program, all for free in Titan Trading. Link is in the description. So let's now talk about the utility. So how can you bring utility to holders in charity-focused NFT projects, and can people make money investing in charity-focused NFTs? So Trevor, I know that you were talking a lot. You've been in the stock trading world prior to the NFT world, and you also trade NFTs yourself. So I know you wanted to also give your holders a way to make money, because yes, charity is great and all, but like there are charities out there. So what did you bring to the table? With Rough Life NFT. Not you particularly, but just Rough Life in general, when it comes to utility for someone like me who is just going out and minting a Rough Life NFT. What can I expect financially? Obviously, we love the to save the dogs, but you can only hold on to an NFT for so long. Everyone has to pay bills. So how does that all work?
Right. So yeah, first things first is we kept in mind it's like we can pay ourselves less and less, and we want to give more, right? So that's why we can give 40% to the SPCA. And then, we're going to be using a fairly big chunk for the future development of the project and leading into the next phases inside of our roadmap, right? So for an investor, what's in it for you? And, why would it make sense to come in and potentially purchase an NFT, right? First things first is that peace of mind that 40% is just going straight to the SPCA. But let's be real, guys. We come in and we're buying NFTs to make a buck too, right? And to get a return on our investment, right? And when I work with anybody, that's the first goal, is to get an ROI, return on your investment, as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. So on how does that work, within the NFT space is, when we go to that secondary marketplace, you have the ability to, to buy and sell different NFTs. You buy low, you sell high, right? The basics on that side, right? And, what's kind of crazy with the NFT space as well is there's a lot of like little insider kind of trading and, working together with the community to help sort of raise the price points. And, together we can raise what's called the floor price, which is the lowest price you can get the NFT at. And, by doing that and attracting more buyers, right, you can then sell at a profit, right? But for you guys, the long term, we've always come in with this long-term vision, right, is we plan to develop into the actual metaverse, right? We haven't decided yet on the land exactly we're purchasing, but we've been talking about it in our Discord where, hey, maybe when we get to a certain level, we're going to go buy land right away and start our development process. We've already been in the works with some big names. Can't say anything as of right now, but we want to create an actual dog park within the metaverse, be one of the first to actually bring our NFTs and dogs into it. And throughout the actual game, you'll be able to actually train your dog like the Rough Life Rescue, and you can earn, a native token, or we might do a partner token by, leveling up your dog inside of this metaverse. The more that you give it bones, the more that you help it grow, the more money you'll potentially make in the gaming process, right?
So
And
wait,
then
really quick. So you're making some the Neopets in the metaverse, right? With the Rough Life NFT.
basically, yeah,
That's
or like,
awesome.
almost like Tamagotchi style, like,
Tamagotchi, yeah. I love that.
and you work with your dog to, but actually earn like currency, right? Other perks too is, through our expertise and our connections within the trading space, right, we're creating a pool of money, right? And in that pool of money, we can forever grow it. We're taking money from the secondary sales, it's going into this pool, right? And together we go off and we start trading it, maybe buying other NFTs and, growing that pool of money, right? We're turning the 100K into 200K and beyond, right? And from that, that's everybody's money, right? Because you own an NFT, it's like owning a share inside of our company, right? And now we can pay back, when we have cash flow, right? This is how a lot of these, big, for example, Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? They own different clubs in different places. They have cash flowing businesses. They own, many different other NFT projects, right? That go up in value. And now they create, through their community, a massive treasury that they can then go back and reward their members in many unique ways, right? So our goal as well is you'll be able to stake your NFT, right, to incentivize holding, right? And from that, we'll have a pool of money to then reward you on a monthly basis. Hey, just because you throw in your NFT in the staking protocol, hey, you're going to get rewards all the time, right? So it really blows all of our minds. I know this is new for a lot of people. And, the more that, we dive deeper into this rabbit hole, it really puts things a little bit crazily in perspective, but it's like incredible, like where things are going. Like, for example, I just bought a planet. Like I literally bought a planet. It's this other NFT project and I bought a whole planet. And inside the planet, you could develop all these different things on there. You can create whatever you want. But for example, we can make it so there's like an Easter egg on the planet where you got to go solve some puzzles and find like a special section of it. And we can develop code in there where that's going to be your place where you stake your NFT. And if you can figure out that little thing, right, you can then stake your NFT and start making some money. It would be like, it's just like every day things are changing and it's hard to keep up with everything. But the biggest thing is just stay plugged in, get educated, find yourself a good community where you can learn together and, talk about this, alpha, I would call it, and just take massive action. Right. So at the end of the day, Rough Life Rescues, we're here to be a long-term project. We have vision to, become a household brand. We have vision to even go into doggy merchandise, and even potentially create other projects down the line. We also have some puppies coming for some of our, early adopters, right? So it's really cool what we can do, and the sky's the limit of what we can ultimately create. So I just know that we have a really solid team and really good connections to really bring the vision to life. So take it back.
Cool. No, it sounds like a lot of really cool stuff. I like the long-term, projects you have like set for the future. As far as like the puppies go, for people who are brand new to NFT trading, they probably see this all the time. Oh, there's gonna be a second drop, or there's gonna be puppies, or they do breeding a lot of the times. The male and the female NFT makes the puppy or the cub or whatever it may be. How does that work? And like, what's the point of having that second project? Is it like only available to project owners, or just firstly available to project owners? And what's the benefit of that to holders and to yourselves as project, as opposed to just doing a whole new project?
Yeah. So the reason why, different projects, not all of them do this, right? But, we created an avenue where we wanted to support our first supporters and the people that, mint it within our first phase, from serial numbers from 0 to 2078, all are going to get an airdrop puppy. So this will be a completely second collection where, we want to just reward you with another little doggo, right? And by doing that, that's just our little gift and gratitude to you guys. But, ultimately, where's the value in it, right? Because it's just another NFT, right? That's where we start linking, different utilities from our second collection into our main collection, right? And that's where they can kind of combine to each other. For example, hey, because you have a puppy and a doggo, when you have them together, you're actually going to get maybe a multiplier on your staking rewards, right? Or it'll unlock a certain feature inside of our metaverse and inside of our game where only, puppy owners have that exclusivity, right? So different ways to incorporate a value. And then of course you can also trade that on a secondary place if you want to, sell it or, flip it for some extra money too. So that's really where it comes in hand. And it was just more so just like a token memento to give back to our early adopters.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I do like that explanation too, because I know a lot of people were kind of, or might have been a little bit confused as far as all these second drops that they keep hearing about goes, and maybe they haven't experienced themselves, and they're like, well, like how is that really going to benefit me? That definitely does sound like a good explanation, and I am looking forward to seeing where Left Life go in the future, as far as the long term goes. But let's go ahead and bring it over to the Arctic Bears. We got Zacchaeus and Dylan. When it comes to utility, I know y'all are all about saving the bears, giving to charities. You have the packs, like the adoption kits, and the with that cuddly bear that comes with it, or the cuddly stuffed animal that comes with it, and all about giving back. So how do the project people who are getting into the project, invest in the project, and the project holders, how do they make money or make bread? Or is that not even part of the part of this project, part of this NFT?
One of the things that we're looking at implementing first is obviously we got the female bears, and what we're doing, we've got our Arctic Pack members, which are basically our earliest supporters, and they're going to be airdropped free female bears, providing that they still hold their original male bears. And then what they're going to do shortly after that is they're going to be able to breed, meaning that one female bear and one male bear can breed to make a cub, a little baby polar bear. That's a combination of the parents. So kind of effectively, if you're part of the Arctic Pack, you almost get free NFTs for one. You get it at a discounted price, then you get airdrop the female one, and then you can obviously breed that into a baby polar bear, basically. And as you've shown before, the legendary bears, what we're currently thinking about doing with them is giving away themed like holidays and rewards, such as we've got the scuba diving bear. We're currently thinking of, paid like a paid holiday to like Greece or something like that, or the psychedelic bear, we were thinking of like a paid trip to Amsterdam. Or of course we know that this isn't accessible for everyone. They may be too far away, not get the time off work or whatever. So we'd offer the cash equivalent as well, if that's what they needed instead, because they couldn't be able to do it. We're also looking at setting up a DAO full of the holders of the bears that can help us make decisions. With the legendary bears, that's one of the things that they can help us decide, what the reward is for those guys. Also, one of the big things that's quite a bit down in the pipeline is habitats, which is basically a way that you can house all of your polar bears and make a cute little family. With that, we're going ahead on the charity. About 50% of the profits for the habitat are going to be going to the WWF and similar sort of charities. And I can't remember if it was mentioned last stream. Sorry, I wasn't there, but we're doing a giveaway of $50,000 to our holders of the bear, randomly selected to people. Probably be in a crypto giveaway, $50,000 worth of Ethereum. And currently, this will be after the habitats. We're looking into incorporating our bears into like online NFT galleries, as well as pre-existing Metaverse games. That's currently, we can't really reveal any information on the galleries or the games yet. We're mostly in talks at the moment, but once stuff's confirmed and we've got it planned out, that's when we'll be able to give some more information to it, really. And that's the main sort of utility that our bear holders will be looking at.
So as far as those legendary bears, so it seems like if you do, there's going to be 8 of them, you said?
Yeah, there's 8 of them.
Okay, and if you do mint one of those, it seems like you get some special perks, especially for those legendary bear holders.
Yeah, the special perks. That's, as I said, that's where the DAO could come in for deciding on the rewards that those get. As the ones I mentioned, the holidays, the trips, and all that sort of stuff.
That is really cool. I know we're going to be giving away one of those legendary 1 out of 1 Arctic bears at the link in the description. I know I personally am looking forward to minting this project. And when can people get onto that, the public mint or the pre-sale mint?
The public mint is the pre-sale mint, the early bird one, is set at the 19th currently. The pre-sale is set at the 23rd, and the public is currently set at the 28th. What the early bird is, the early bird's specifically just for the Arctic Pack members. And then all of the money that's made from that round of selling will be then reinvested back into marketing, getting more influence on board, and just giving a nice big extra push into it. And the pre-sale, will then happen. The pre-sale and early bird are at the same price, and then the mint price is more than the pre-sale and early bird, of course.
Awesome. Yeah, we do. We did a big whitelist giveaway over at Titan Trading. The link to that is also in the description. So if you want to get on the whitelist, because this is a great project, and getting in early is always the best way to get into these NFT projects and make the most potential. When it comes to the money, I personally am going to be minting more than just one, because I do want to hold one for the long term and be a part of this project and see what you guys do long term. Because like I said before, and I know Austin can attest to this, he's a big polar bear lover. We love the polar bears over at Titan Trading and PB Alerts. So I definitely plan on being a part of this project for the long run. I'm looking forward to the Arctic Bears newsletter and all the marketing campaigns starting in stage 2. How does one market a campaign like, or market a project like this? And this is actually a question for both Trevor and for y'all over the Arctic Bears. When it comes to these charity-based projects, and I know marketing, it costs money, and I know with these projects you don't make the money until you actually sell out. So you must be like really confident in this project, because there are projects out there like that Pandas NFT where their utility, this is literally it's a cannabis company. There's projects that have passes to like music events or Metaverse. And so for you guys, how are y'all going about the marketing stage to kind of put yourself above all the rest, when all the other types of NFT projects out there, because you guys do have that big emphasis on charity, which a lot of people do take to heart, and it makes them feel a little bit more that warm fuzzy feeling inside when they do get into these NFT projects. So what is your marketing, I guess not marketing campaign obviously, but your outlook on marketing for these types of projects? It's for either one.
I personally feel like the main thing with any NFT, and we've noticed it, I'm not going to say other groups' names, but we've seen Discord groups with 100,000 people and they're struggling to sell out. And then you'll go look at their verified members, and they're like 1/10 of their actual, 1/10 of their members in the Discord. And people's organic growth isn't there, and the word isn't being spread as much as it should be. So numbers can be quite deceiving in that aspect. And it's kind of like, in a way as well, like you obviously don't want to rely on members in your group, but when they are actually helping you and you're doing these invite competitions, or for whitelist you've got to invite 5-10 people, that helps massively. I remember one day we had over 100 whitelist submissions in about 2 hours, because there was just like a train of people just constantly, one invites 5 people, that person invites 5 people, and it happened for about 3-4 hours straight. And just through that 3-4 hours, we got more in that time frame than we did in like the previous 24-48 hours, because word was getting spread about our project. And we're also in talks at the moment, quite far advanced talks, working with a few marketing companies who sold out 1 or 2 other projects in the space of 1 minute. And nothing's finalised in that aspect of things, but the way it's heading, it looks to be there. So hopefully we'll be using them from pretty much tomorrow onwards, which will also help us. But it's just costly. That's why organic growth is key. And obviously doing them invite competitions, giving back to the community. Like, we're giving away around $50,000 in just competitions, by activity competitions, invite competitions, small little giveaways, just to keep the community pumping, and obviously giving them something to work towards. So we found that's helped massively. But yeah, again, organic members bringing other members in, that's probably the main thing. And obviously stuff like YouTube, Twitter as well.
Sweet. I'll touch on this in like 1 minute. What we did, we actually got some outside investment, right? So we raised actually $60,000 for our marketing budget to spend, pre-launch. And, we had that in our budget of like a certain percentage would go back right to them, after launch, right? So that was one thing, was, going out and getting some capital, because it does cost money to advertise. And then, of course, super focus in the community build, right? Where we get to organically grow together. And, as a team, not everyone wants to participate, and that's cool. But hey, you come help us out, we'll help you out, right? And we also have been giving back over $50,000 just to our community alone, right? That's been in our budget as well, and we've been doing exactly that. So as well, just connecting with other projects, right? Like I would love to talk to you guys at Arctic Bears and see how we can collaborate, how we can mesh ideas and bring it to the table where, I truly believe in abundance, right? And where we can be in abundance, where we all help each other and collaborate, it goes a very far way, right? So, having those conversations as well, that's exactly what we do for marketing. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Marketing. I mean, Austin, all all about marketing, right? With PB alerts and Titan trading, trying to get all that out there, and then, and with Never Alone Recovery. How does you find the difference between marketing something like Never Alone Recovery, the charitable foundation, as opposed to a paid alert service like PB alerts and Titan trading?
Are you asking what the difference is?
Yeah.
They're definitely different, I guess. But I don't know. I've always treated it with the approach of like, you build it, they will come. I mean, if it's authentic, people know that. People are like, that's the thing. I think like the average everyday consumer of media is a little bit smarter than most, large companies think they are. And I think that we're transitioning towards more of a, I don't know, I guess intelligent buying, like mostly with younger people. Like, when something's bullshit. Like we grew up looking at spam on the internet. Like when I learned just how many people click display ads on websites, it blew my mind. A friend of mine does marketing campaigns for that. But you want to know who's clicking those? 50 and up. That's it. They'll click those all day. I would never personally ever click. I'm a big believer in organic growth, like just talked about earlier. I built all of them on Facebook. I mean, you got to go where people are meant to be interested. Like nothing against Twitter, but it's like I haven't. And now that's also changing. I got to be honest with the Twitter Spaces and stuff. I think they're trying to move towards more of a sustainable, self-regenerative community type of thing, rather than you just go on to spew your opinion out into the world, talk some shit, and then you log off. I think Facebook did the best from the beginning as far as like giving you a platform where people will stay for more than 5 minutes. And so I just try to give people as much as I can. Honestly, just telling the truth. If your experience warrants it, people notice that and they want to follow it. They want to know. And there's like little bits here and there. I think you have clean and clear message. Just give them what they want. Don't dick people around. Don't say like you could win and then not tell them how. People hate that. I don't want to have to watch 40 minutes of your video to figure out how I could win $20. Not worth the time. So I think you come right out with it. Mr. Beast, that's like if you want to learn marketing, look at that guy. Follow him on YouTube. Just the G. He's the GOAT of marketing. He's genius. He's a genius. The way that he's built his channel is just astounding. I think it's like the case study for all modern media. But yeah, just build it honestly, and then deliver on what you say you will. And when you don't, admit it. Be accountable to it, and people will stay.
Yeah, I know. We were just talking about utility, and you're talking about Mr. Beast. He does a lot of big giveaways, and on Titan trading, as far as the NFT portion, our big utility is those giveaways. We have those big NFT giveaways. We have the whitelist spots we give away. Our whole, as far as the NFT part of Titan trading, we also do crypto, but the NFT part, our goal is to just partner with as many projects that we personally have done our own due diligence in, that we personally would get in ourselves, and then find ways to get whitelist spots or even NFTs to give out to all of you, like we did with Arctic Bears and Rough Life NFTs. I went and looked at their website, the Twitter, looked at the Discord, talked to these guys as well to make sure, it was legit, not a possible rug pull, and, then tried to get it, as much possible, when Arctic Bears were giving away a whole bunch of whitelist spots, for, all the members here at Titan Trading, because we know there are a lot of new people to NFT, to the NFT world, to the NFT space. They don't, might not know exactly, how it all works, whether it be gas fees or Solana versus Ethereum or, whatever it may be. There's a lot of stuff to learn, and we want to make sure that people aren't getting taken advantage of, just like we do with stocks and PB alerts. But at Titan Trading with the NFTs, our goal is to not only teach y'all how to get into projects, but also help y'all with the due diligence and bring projects, that you guys can hopefully make some money with, or at the very least, hold and, be happy with the project utility, bring things like Fat Panda or, even Disco Dogs and Mind Blown NFT, or Arctic Bears or Rough Life. If you're into those types of projects as well, we want to bring those those great opportunities to you and give you all the easiest way to get in, which is the whitelist, which is why we do a whole bunch of whitelist. It's not really giveaways where it's like, hey, just click this emoji and maybe like 10 of you will win. Like, we're trying to get like a whole bunch of spots. We look at how many members we have, how many are interested. We don't want to fill the spots with, give these projects a whole bunch of random names. We want to make sure that people who are actually going to be minting. But, our goal is to make sure that, everyone in our community who wants to and is serious about minting can get a chance. And, our goal is to, push as hard as we can to secure those spots for you. And, the bigger that we are and, the bigger our Twitter is and our YouTube gets and our site, Titan Train Discord gets, the more we have to offer and the more that we can then in turn offer you. So, that's why we do all these big, follow rankings, for certain giveaways or these Twitter giveaways, because our goal is to, just become as big as possible for, for all of you, because the more that, we can offer to projects, the more, the bigger projects we can get. And, we can maybe eventually, get an NFT to give away to a potential, or whitelist spot for like Hate Beast, in the future, not Hate Beast, but projects like that. That's obviously the, the goal, the end game is to be able to give y'all opportunities like that, that people just can't get into while also educating y'all. So, so speaking of utility, I know that, Austin PB Alerts Titan Trading is not a NFT project. However, you guys, we definitely do have a lot of
utility. Is it?
Or is it? Well, yeah, we're going to be getting into that in a little bit, but, it comes to the future of the NFT space and the future of PB Alerts, Penny Boys, and the whole 9 yards. But right now, speaking of utility, I know that Metaverse and NFTs go hand in hand. Obviously, you can see on the screen, we offered a lot of utility when it comes to these stock alerts. People are making, 300% on these option plays like Jay Malik in the middle screen. We get people, making 54% on the portfolio, 50% gains in the first month. It says 651%. It looks like Hukim made trading. And, that's the goal is, for us to help people, not just get rich quick overnight, but make consistent gains and, give them plays, they can make money on and, hopefully change, their future and just change in general for the better and for the positive. And it looks like you also are, like I was just saying, the metaverse, you're also getting involved in that as well with NetVRK. How does that all work? It looks like Penny Boys is going to be not only part of NetVRK's educational initiative, however, we're also be focusing the financial education relating to the stock market in the virtual headquarters. So how does a virtual headquarters work in the metaverse, and how's that going to work for people in PB Alerts and people in Titan Trading?
So they have a really interesting project, and what I really liked, because I'm not gonna lie, we get like 100 of those requests a week. Not 100, we get a couple a week at least. Support our project, metaverse, and like let's partner and blah blah blah. And it's like they don't have much. I don't know. You can kind of tell when you're going to get beat. I guess maybe that's the nature of like being a drug addict. It's like I kind of know when somebody's running a scam on me, and like that's why I really liked this guy, because it was just very genuine, and everything he said he quickly verified with the details of the project. So it's like, okay, cool. We jumped on the call, and he has this idea where like he wants to create. He loves the idea of just kind of educating, informing the people, and what he wanted to do is create a space where, especially for crypto, stocks, options, like where we have one hub, so one group that he also trusts to not only bring members there to engage and help people understand, like, what is this place? What am I doing here? How do I interact with this? Is there any way for me to make money? What's the point? Not only that, but to also just provide, I guess, the real estate so that we can do it for people that are in the metaverse that didn't find out about it from us, just so that there's a place to help you understand like what crypto can do within the scope of your life. Like, how do you transact with it? How do you use it? What does it mean for you? Is staking the right strategy for you? Should you be doing a little bit of both? Which the answer is always probably yes. And then to also provide an opportunity for like them to release their own version, I guess their own NFT, if you will, and in the name of like, or in the scope of the project, like avatars and whatnot that give specific access and stuff. And then the marketing piece of like, he wants this to get out into the world. And so that's part of the deal.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited for all that. I like the idea of teaching a class in the metaverse. That sounds pretty fun.
It'll be cool, man. It'll kind of be mind bending for a while.
So let's talk about not just the future of the NFT stock and crypto space, because I do want to get into that, but we have Austin, from Never Alone Recovery, a charity, like a charity. Then we have the NFTs, where you get into the NFT, and by purchasing the NFT, that's how you help the charity that the NFT is a part of. So for those of you in the NFT, for Rough Life NFT, Trevor, and also Zacchaeus and Dylan, what got you into this as far as like, why did you get into the NFT projects as opposed to just starting a charity? I guess is the question I have for y'all first, and then we'll get into the future of the NFT space.
Honestly, it's just a lot more fun this way, right? Like, why just donate? Yeah, you can go donate, $70 to the charity or whatever, right? But why do that when you could, get all the benefits from getting the NFT as well, right? And the community and everything else to go with it, right? Makes it a lot more exciting. And then you also have some sort of, tangible asset that you can go and look at and show to your friends and so forth like that, right? So it's more than just a donation. It's something behind it as well, which I think, goes a long way. And yeah, it's so much more rewarding. Plus, who knows where it can go? Like this donation or this, buying that NFT, right? Now you have the possibilities to earn more with it, right? Like we also have 8 of our legendary dogs, right? That come with a 25, like with a golden bone. If you mint it, it comes with $2,500 cash into your pocket, right? You can do whatever you want with that, right? So it's just like makes that excitement for like this process. And I think it just opens up the door to many people. Like we realize that 80% of the people that have minted our project so far, it's been their first NFT that they've ever gotten into, or, they just wanted to support our cause and, and just take the first dive. And, it's really beautiful to be that gateway. So that's my answer.
You're talking about those golden bones, the minting process in general. Don't you guys do some like fun like minting? And are you doing something tonight as well? I don't know if it's a minting party, but I know you're talking about something.
Yeah, tonight we're gonna do a minting party tonight. So basically, if you never bought an NFT before, if you just want to be around for the crowd and just have some fun with us, we get on Zoom together and with the community, right? And we walk people through. Maybe it's their first time, right? It's going to buy Solana, getting the wallet set up, and then coming down to the process of actually minting, and we mint it together, right? And then we reveal it, and we cheer you on to see if you get a golden bone or some cool trait, and then we'll just give away another NFT for people that are participating that show up, and to a random participator, and we'll just give that away. And then afterwards tonight, we're also doing a games night, at 8:00, like in our Discord, we're always actively engaging and doing some fun things. We're going to have a games night. We're going to be giving away 2 more NFTs and a cash prize, right? Where you got to come in and we just guess the number together. And it's just kind of fun that we organize within the community, right? So it's a lot more than just a project. It's a community. And so come join us tonight. It's all in our Discord, and you're more than welcome to attend, whether you're minting or not. We'd love to have you on board.
Yeah, I love that you're going to show the actual process of not just minting, but also before even minting, you had to get a wallet. You might have to transfer some funds from Coinbase or buy straight from the wallet, and the whole 9 yards. And I it's easy for anyone to go onto YouTube or go onto Twitter and you'd be like, hey, check out this project, or hey, I'm bullish on this project. But and the difficult part is actually making sure that the people who are getting into this project know what they're doing. When it comes to the gas fees, making sure that they're getting the best deal possible, or just even making sure that they know how to mint the project in general, whether it be transferring money into their Solana wallet or their Phantom wallet or
have the confidence too, right?
That too. Yeah.
We had a 72-year-old lady come in and she minted 2 NFTs, and she just kind of followed the steps from the community and people helped guide her along, but she did it, right? So anybody can make this happen, right? But some people hold themselves back because they're like, oh, I just don't know how, it's so complicated, this and that. Well, what if we held your hand, right? So,
yeah, I mean, that's we saw with PB alerts when we started the educational program. A lot of people were just brand new to trading, and they needed someone to just show them like, hey, this is how you buy a stock, and this is how you set a limit order or a stop order and stuff that to people who've been doing it for a while might seem like easy, quote unquote, or dumb questions, quote unquote, and that's why. When I went, and first started trading, I remember there were a lot of people who, I would go and ask a question, and people would jump down your throat, like, oh, why are you asking such a dumb question? You should Google it. Like, what are you even doing here? Why are you even trading? You shouldn't even be trading if you don't know that question, the answer. And after just seeing that in so many different, communities, that's why we, that's kind of how, we settled with that PB, with the Penny Boys University mentality of, community first. There's no such thing as a bad question or a dumb question. The only way to learn is to ask questions. And, we want to change that. That was 89% of people within their first 3 months of trading end up quitting. Well, we wanted to put a huge dent in that number and help people get over those first 3 months. We created a 3-month university just for that. And, we want to do the same thing, with NFTs, with Titan trading. We're going to be doing some live trading. We have the NFT classes, of course. I'm going to be going into the Discord and doing some live trading right in there. Just not only just flipping NFT projects and showing you how that works, showing you how to maybe snipe a project, look for the rarity and, oh, this one is actually undervalued. Let me just pick this one up and maybe even sell it, 10 to 20 minutes later for a profit. We'll be kind of going over that, setting up a Solana wallet, or Phantom, or setting up a MetaMask wallet and how the fees work, how Coinbase works, and all the different transfer fees, the best ways to transfer your Ethereum to a wallet, without getting all these ridiculous fees, which are just crazy. We don't want you to lose money. We want you to make money, but also to do it in the most effective way possible. And so that's our goal in Titan trading. We will also we're talking about, I don't want to say anything officially, we're talking about a possible like Titan trading community wallet, where we use to do this live trading with maybe some of the funds, some of the winnings or the money that we make, we can give away, do some fun Sol or Ethereum giveaways or some NFT giveaways. But that's all some talks in the future. Like everyone here knows, we're always growing with PB and Titan trading, and I'm really excited, for the future of just of the NFT space in general. And for you, Zacchaeus or Dylan, what was the big draw for y'all as far as the NFT project goes? I know we kind of already touched on this a little bit, but when it came to just charity versus projects, why not just donate to a polar bear charity as opposed to creating this NFT project?
I think it really comes down to, with the amount of hype and the activity and the money that's flowing around NFT space right now, you've kind of got to ask yourself, like, without this, how much personal impact could I have and donate towards the WWF or another polar bear charity? In comparison to how much we're going to be giving away, it's substantially more. And in terms of starting a charity instead of an NFT, as Trevor said from Rough Life Rescues, that it's a lot more enjoyable, more exciting opportunity, and you're kind of on the forefront of new technology as well. And of course, when you go down the typical charity route, you're looking at a lot of bureaucracy and legality before you can even get started. It can be years before you actually get your charity started up.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. So just my experience with that is that honestly, that's what interests me about the NFT thing. It's like, I do think a lot of people want to help and do things, but like, you also got to remember we're all selfish human beings. And it's a, what did you do for me? And the people also love getting some sort of token for their contribution. And like, I'm one that I don't care why you donate. I think it's awesome if you do. I don't care if you donate just to put it on a plaque and put it up in your house and tell everyone about it. It doesn't bother me at all. Some people get bothered. I don't get that. I think if you're contributing to a cause you care about, that's awesome, however you do it. But I think this aspect gives you a token, a reminder. But I think that the opportunity for not only to contribute to something wonderful that you believe in, right, but to also have then this asset, right, that could appreciate in value. I think that's a very interesting, it's like giving without giving. You know what I'm saying? Like, in theory, if the project is good and the assets appreciate, you didn't actually give anything. You only got something. You gave a little bit of faith, right? You contributed something, time cost, what have you. But at the end of the day, hopefully the return is better than the initial investment. And then it's treated more as an investment that just so happens to, like, I thought this was so interesting when Doug first, or MetaMatt, whoever the hell you are, guy, when you first told me that like these projects were like, some of these were centered around like a cause, whatever. I thought that was very interesting. It's similar to like a Regulation A offer. It's raising money for a business, raising capital contribution, startup cost, right? And it's like, instead of getting a share of the company, you get another asset that's kind of based on the value of a company. I think this might be a new way to distribute equity in a sense to people. to where like the project becomes big enough. That's the coolest thing, because like if you release the first run and it goes decently, right? You set the floor and it's above the initial price, and that's great. But then your second project goes viral and blows up. It would be insane not to think that the first project they did is going to become more valuable intrinsically just by default. So I think that this is a really interesting. I think this is incredibly interesting.
Yeah, and speaking of just the future of the NFTs, and hearing that you do find it interesting, also obviously I don't want to put you on the spot too much. You can answer as much as you want, Austin, but I know a lot of people were curious in the chats. Is there a future to either Never Alone Recovery, PB Alerts, Titan Trading, or just a whole other entity by Austin Wynn creating an NFT project?
Ooh, that's a good question, my son. Yeah, who's that? This is Penguin. Yeah, Lee. We're actually going to convert him into NFT form. We decided that honestly, we're just kind of tired of it, so we'll be making him an NFT. But yeah, I think that there may or may not be something in the works that, like these projects, is actually going to do something really cool, because I think, and people can see it. I like that aspect. You own something, you stay invested. I think that's probably the third benefit I can cover. It's like you don't just, and even if you do, this isn't a judgment against anyone who's donated and then not looked up I don't care. I think donating in general, you're awesome for doing it. You're the best. You've made the world better. But I think with these projects, what you're going to see is people invest in it. Not only are they checking the value, as did my NFT increase in value? Was there a recent sale? Blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of like an ongoing reminder of the cause in and of itself. And I think that this could be used as a vehicle to really shed some light on causes that don't get enough attention, and bring people in that maybe weren't necessarily involved to begin with, that might find they actually have a passion for it. And I think that's like the promise here, and like the excitement that I have is that, should we decide to work on a project, which again may or may not be, it's going to do some good, and I hope to like really be able to share that with everyone that's involved, so you can like see very directly and indiscriminately the lives that are impacted by a contribution, small or large. I think it'll be really cool. So to answer your question by not answering your question, who's to say?
Awesome. I am going to leave it open to anyone who wants to ask any questions to any of the guests on the panel. We have Trevor from Rough Life Rescues NFT. We also have Arctic Bears NFT on, and Austin from PB Alerts, Never Alone Recovery, and Titan Trading. But just in the meantime, I just want to just leave it up, open discussion, as far as like, NFT space goes. What do you guys see? Do you guys see, I know that you're in a Solana project, Trevor, and then I know Arctic Bears is Ethereum. Do you see this Ethereum 2.0 taking a big hit to Solana? You're worried at all, as far as the future of the project goes, for you, Trevor, then for you, from the Arctic Bears, what made y'all decide on Ethereum, and was that part of the whole Ethereum 2.0? For either one of y'all.
Dylan?
It seems like an Arctic Bear question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. With Ethereum, obviously Solana is kind of now coming into the mainstream NFTs, but it's still kind of the underdog in terms of volume, or at least when we planned it and developed the contracts, it was. Obviously now it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's rivaling Ethereum. But as we said, when we designed it, Ethereum was very much the top dog, and that's the one we decided to go with. And when Immutable X had the ability to have 0 gas fees, and you can transfer within their layer 2 protocol on their site with absolutely no gas fees, it seemed like a no-brainer for us at the time. I do think Solana is a perfectly good option. It was. I think if we had to restart the project today, I think it would certainly be up for consideration if that was what we wanted to go down the route of instead. But I think they're both great options.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for just for all these projects on both Solana and on the Ethereum blockchain. I know I personally right now I love those Solana projects, because of the lack of gas fees. I personally do have a Rough Life Rescues NFT, very bullish on that project as well in the long term. But yeah, I'm just curious to see how this, how all these gas fees and how the, Ethereum 2.0 and all that does kind of shape the future of, all these projects in general. But yeah,
I think one thing that's exciting is actually right now there's way more development being done on Solana than any other ecosystem out there. For a few reasons. Is one is, of course, very low transaction fees, but it's also a much quicker network, right? If you compare it to Ethereum or to a lot of these projects, it's 10, 20, 30 times even quicker, and it's even more environmentally friendly. So currently right now there's a lot of development being done. So I feel like, being positioned now, we wanted to come in as early adopters. There's going to be even more money flowing in overall with the adaptation of crypto as a whole. So guys, if you're not plugged in, get plugged in. Like, if you don't want to miss out on crypto, you don't want to, we have the first opportunity to actually get in still before the bigger institutions come in, right? Before the trillions of dollars come pouring into this space. And yeah, it's really is exciting. I truly believe Solana will be a massive player for Web3. Yeah, it's definitely a great time to be living, guys. Like, be a part of it, really.
Yeah, this is definitely a growing industry, a growing space, and I'm glad that we can get as many people involved in it. I know that, you guys are, Rough Life especially, very involved in trying to get new traders or new NFT investors, whatever you want, what you want to call them, into this space, which I'm really, really excited about. So, anything else from y'all before we head off? Arctic Bears, yeah. Anything last thoughts for the viewers at home?
No. Once again, appreciate. Oh, go on, Dylan, go on.
I was just going to say what you were saying. I think that's everything from us, and as I was saying, we appreciate being let on here.
No, of course, yeah, we definitely appreciate y'all coming on. I'm looking forward to minting my own Arctic Bears NFT and helping save the polar bears, as well as just bring attention to that whole global warming and just that whole crisis that's going on. And any last words from you, Trevor?
No, that's it. Like, we've been here long enough. I appreciate everyone that stuck this through to the end. It's not easy to commit, over an hour of your time to be a part of here, listen to all of us. But guys, we appreciate every single one of you, and same with the host and everyone else on this call. So much love.
It looks like we still have some Fat Pandas NFT enthusiasts in the chat. You gotta love that. And we are gonna be giving away some more gas passes on MetaMatt's Twitter, so you can definitely check that out. Link is in the description. And anything else from you, Austin, before we head out?
No, but I thought you were going to ask them if they had any last words. I was just waiting for that to come out. But no, guys, make sure you check out these projects. If you're going to get involved in the NFT space and you're not, get involved in something that the reach and the benefit goes beyond just owning something. Take ownership of your contribution to society. And you can also make some money doing it. Win-win.
Awesome. Yeah, right. Well, on that note, we definitely hope to see everybody.
Oh, wait, Doug.
Yes.
Thank you. We do. I wanted to throw this out there. Every Wednesday, our nonprofit puts on a family support group. It's for people struggling with addiction and their families. So even if it's not you, somebody you care about, please check it out. The link will be in the Discord. I could also try to post it here. Actually, I'll just put the link to the website. But yeah, if you get a second, check it out, share it with people, just like poison control. Hopefully don't ever have to use the number, but you just might have to. So make sure you have it when you need it. That's it.
Definitely. And, I definitely will be in both Titan Trading PB alerts. I'll be in the Rough Life NFT and Arctic Bears Discord. So I personally hope to see everybody there. But as always, until then, we hope that you all make some bread.